Good evening. This is Akashvani and I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Operation Sindoor showcased India's indigenous defence capabilities and the strength of Make in India to the world. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh asserts India will not hesitate to use every method to root out terrorism. Home Minister Amit Shah announces special relief package for LOC residents of Jammu and Kashmir affected by recent shelling from Pakistan. India's real GDP estimated to grow by 7.4% in last quarter of financial year 2024-25. Russia dismisses Pakistani media reports claiming Moscow's plans to jointly set up steel mills in Karachi. In sports, runner Gulveer Singh and high jumper Pooja bag gold medals at Asian Athletics Championships in South Korea. Nandini Agasara also clinches Heptathlon gold. And in badminton, Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty enter men's doubles semifinals of Singapore Open. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that Operation Sindoor showcased India's indigenous defence capabilities and the strength of Make in India to the world. He was speaking after inaugurating and laying the foundation stone for 15 mega development projects worth around 47,600 crore rupees in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh this afternoon. Mr. Modi also flagged off the Kanpur Metro's new corridor between Chunniganj and Nayaganj. These projects are aimed at boosting the region's infrastructure and connectivity. Addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister highlighted that it is a matter of pride for the entire Uttar Pradesh that it is playing a big role in self-reliance in the defence sector. He said the entire world witnessed the anger and pain of daughters in the form of Operation Sindoor and that India completely destroyed several terror hubs in Pakistan.
पहलगाम के कायरना आतंकी हमले में हमारे कानपुर के बेटे शुभम द्विवेदी भी इस बर्बरता का शिकार हुए। बेटी ऐशन्या की वो पीड़ा, वो कष्ट और भीतर का आक्रोश हम सब महसूस कर सकते हैं। हमारी बहनों बेटियों का वही आक्रोश ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के रूप में पूरी दुनिया ने देखा है। हमने पाकिस्तान में आतंकियों के ठिकाने घर में घुसकर सैकड़ों मील अंदर जाकर तबाह कर दिए और हमारी सेना ने ऐसा पराक्रम किया है कि पाकिस्तानी सेना को गिड़गिड़ाकर युद्ध रोकने की मांग करने पर मजबूर होना पड़ा।
The Prime Minister said Pakistan's state and non-state actors can no longer play their games and the enemy will be dealt with decisively.
पहला, भारत हर आतंकी हमले का करारा जवाब देगा। उसका समय, जवाब देने का तरीका और जवाब देने की शर्तें हमारी सेनाएं खुद तय करेगी। दूसरा, भारत अब एटम बम की गीदड़ बप्पी से नहीं डरेगा और न ही उसके आधार पर कोई फैसला लेगा। तीसरा, आतंक के आका और आतंकी सरपरस्त सरकार को भारत एक ही नजर से देखेगा। पाकिस्तान का स्टेट और नॉन स्टेट एक्टर ये अब खेल चलने वाला नहीं है।
Earlier in the day, the Prime Minister inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth over 48,000 crore rupees in Rohtas district of Bihar. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has warned that if Pakistan carries out any terrorist act against India, it will have to face the consequences and suffer defeat. He said India will not hesitate and will use every method to root out the menace of terrorism. Mr. Singh was addressing officers and sailors on board India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant, off the Goa coast today. The Defence Minister said Operation Sindoor is not just a military action, but India's frontal assault against terrorism.
हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेज ने जिस गति, गहराई और स्पष्टता के साथ कार्रवाई की, वह अपने में अद्भुत था, वह बेमिसाल था। उसने न केवल आतंकवादियों की, बल्कि उन्हें पालने पोसने वाले सरपरस्तों को भी स्पष्ट संदेश दे दिया है। भारत अब सहन नहीं करता है, भारत अब सीधा जवाब देता है। जब उसी समय में हमने पाकिस्तान के आतंकी अड्डे और उसके इरादों को ध्वस्त कर दिया, हमारा प्रहार इतना तगड़ा था कि पाकिस्तान पूरी दुनिया से भारत को रोकने की गुहार लगाने लगा था।
The Defence Minister called for the handing over of terrorists like Hafiz Saeed and Masood Azhar to India. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today announced a special relief package for the line of control residents of Jammu and Kashmir affected by recent shelling from Pakistan. The Home Minister said in addition to the existing 90,000 underground bunkers, additional steps will be taken to strengthen the safety and support of border communities. Addressing a gathering in the town of Poonch after distributing appointment letters to the family members of victims killed in the shelling, the Home Minister said the administration is currently assessing the damage in the affected areas. He assured that the central government will provide all possible support to the victims' families.
पूंछ में कई लोगों के घरों की क्षति हुई है, कई व्यापारी स्थानों की क्षति हुई है। एलजी साहब ने बताया कि जम्मू कश्मीर सरकार ने नॉर्म्स के हिसाब से सहायता कर दी, परंतु व्यापारी स्थानों और रिहायशी इलाकों में जो क्षति हुई है, आने वाले कुछ ही दिनों में भारत सरकार भी इसके लिए एक पैकेज लेकर आएगी।
This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download the News on AIR app. As a demonstration of India's steadfast dedication to eradicating terrorism, the 7 multi-party parliamentary delegations are engaged in high-level discussions during their official visits abroad. The all-party delegation led by BJP MP Ravi Shankar Prasad, which is currently on a visit to Denmark, today met Christian Friis Bach, chairperson of Danish Parliament's Foreign Policy Committee, and Danish MP Trine Pertou Mach. After the meeting, Mr. Prasad added that Denmark understands India's position against terrorism.
Mr. Christian Bach, a very senior parliamentarian of the Foreign Affairs Committee also, we had a wonderful meeting with him. He understood the problem of terrorism, conveyed his views, and what we appreciate is Denmark was the first to convey solidarity. He is a leader of great stature, has worked in the UN also, quite understood India's position.
The Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, today met with Chief of Joint Staff of Japan, General Yoshida Yoshihide, in Singapore to reinforce defence ties and foster mutual understanding. Under the backdrop of Operation Sindoor, discussions focused on enhancing defence cooperation, regional security and strategic collaboration in the Indo-Pacific. As we celebrate the success of Operation Sindoor, the nation salutes the valour of the Indian soldiers. As a tribute to the armed forces, Akashvani News is presenting a special series. Today we remember Paramveer Chakra awardee Captain Gurbachan Singh Salaria, who was a part of UN peacekeeping force from India in Congo and made the supreme sacrifice during the civil war-like situation in Congo in 1961.
Born in 1935 in Gurdaspur, Punjab, Captain Gurbachan Singh Salaria was commissioned in 1 Gorkha Rifles in 1957. Captain Salaria, serving with the Indian contingent of the UN peacekeeping force in Congo, displayed exceptional bravery during a critical operation in December 1961. Following Belgium's withdrawal, Congo descended into civil war and the UN intervened to restore order. When the Security Council moved to end hostile actions by secessionist Keting's forces, their leader Moise Tshombe escalated violence against UN personnel. On December 5, Captain Salaria led a platoon to reinforce a position near Elizabethville airfield where Keting's troops had established a strong roadblock supported by 2 armored cars, about 90 men. Despite facing superior enemy strength and heavy fire, he launched a direct assault, charging with bayonets, kukris, hand grenades rockets and rocket launcher support, Captain Salaria and his men killed 40 enemy soldiers, destroyed the armored vehicles and forced the rest to flee in panic. Though grievously wounded by enemy fire, Captain Salaria fought on until he collapsed and later succumbed to his injuries. His decisive action prevented the encirclement of the UN headquarters in Elizabethville. For his extraordinary courage and leadership, he was posthumously awarded the Paramveer Chakra. Sakleen Akhtar for Akashvani News, Delhi.
Russia has dismissed recent Pakistani media reports as fake, which claim that Moscow is expanding economic ties with Islamabad, including plans to jointly set up steel mills in Karachi. The report stemmed from a May 13 meeting between Harun Akhtar Khan, a special assistant to Pakistan's Prime Minister, and Russian envoy Denis Nazirov. Moscow firmly denied any signed multi-billion-dollar deal, accusing elements in Pakistan of trying to disrupt the strong India-Russia strategic partnership, especially after India's recent Operation Sindoor, targeting terror camps in Pakistan and POK. A senior Russian official called the reports exaggerated and said they aim to sensationalize ties that do not exist at such a scale. The country's real gross domestic product GDP is estimated to grow by 6.5% in the financial year 2024-25. According to the Statistics and Program Implementation Ministry, real GDP has been estimated to grow by 7.4% in the last quarter of financial year 2024-25. Nominal GDP has witnessed a growth rate of 9.8% in the financial year 2024-25. Talking to Akashvani News economic expert Puneet Jain said the fourth quarter GDP data is driven by a strong performance in the services, manufacturing and agriculture sectors.
Fourth quarter GDP data was announced today, and the number at 7.4% growth is very impressive. In fact, better than what the markets had expected. And GDP also shows that the economy is growing at a fast clip. The service sector is doing very well. In fact, manufacturing, agriculture, almost all major sectors of the economy, they did very well. The numbers are indicating that going forward, government policies are going to support this growth. Also, we saw private sector doing very well in contributing significantly to GDP growth. So I think overall the numbers are very impressive.
Heavy rainfall is affecting the northeastern states as a result of the southwest monsoon. In Arunachal Pradesh, the India Meteorological Department has issued a red alert for 5 districts, including Lower Subansiri, West Kameng, West Siang, Lohit and Changlong. In Manipur, heavy rainfall has been witnessing in different districts since yesterday, affecting normal life in the state. On to sports. India enjoyed a stellar day at the Asian Athletics Championships as Gulveer Singh bagged his second gold, leading the country's medal charge. Gulveer clinched the men's 5,000 metres title in a championship record time of 13 minutes, 24.78 seconds, surpassing the previous mark set in 2015. He had earlier won gold in the 10,000 metres event on the opening day. In the women's high jump, 18-year-old Pooja bagged a gold with a season best effort of 1.89 metres, breaking her own under-20 national record. Nandini Agasara then added the third gold to the day's tally after winning the women's Heptathlon with 5,941 points. And in badminton, Indian men's doubles pair of Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty secured a spot in the Singapore Open semifinals with a win over top-ranked Malaysians Go Jae Fei and Noor Izzuddin. The Indian duo defeated the world number 1 pair in straight games in just 39 minutes at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. In IPL T20 cricket, Mumbai Indians were 119 for 4 in 18.1 overs against Gujarat Titans in eliminator round match in Chandigarh when reports last came in. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Operation Sindoor showcased India's indigenous defence capabilities and strength of Make in India to the world. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh asserts India will not hesitate to use every method to root out terrorism. Home Minister Amit Shah announces special relief package for LOC residents of Jammu and Kashmir affected by recent shelling from Pakistan. India's real GDP estimated to grow by 7.4% in last quarter of financial year 2024-25. Russia dismisses Pakistani media reports claiming Moscow's plans to jointly set up steel mills in Karachi. In sports, runner Gulveer Singh and high jumper Pooja bagged gold medals at Asian Athletics Championships in South Korea. Nandini Agasara also clinches Heptathlon gold. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.